All she knows is that Naomi is not alone because she will go with her. Do not press me to leave you or to turn back from following you, Ruth says to Naomi. Where you go, I will go. Where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. They cannot do this alone. They will not do this alone. They are in this together. In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy issued a public health advisory calling attention to what he called an epidemic of loneliness and isolation. In the opening letter of his report, he writes, "When I first took office as Surgeon General in 2014, I didn't view loneliness as a public health concern. That was before I embarked on a cross-country listening tour, where I heard stories from my fellow Americans that surprised me. People began to tell me that they felt isolated, invisible, and insignificant. And even when they couldn't put their finger on the word lonely, time and time again, people of all ages and socioeconomic backgrounds from every corner of the country would tell me, I have to shoulder all of life's burdens by myself. Or, if I disappear tomorrow, no one will ever notice." It was a light bulb moment, he writes. Social disconnection was far more common than I realized. In recent years, about 1 in 2 adults in America report feeling lonely. And that was before the COVID-19 pandemic cut off so many of us from family and friends, from loved ones and support systems, exacerbating those feelings of loneliness and isolation. Loneliness is far more than a bad feeling, he continues. It harms individual and societal health. It's associated with a greater risk of cardiovascular disease, dementia, stroke, depression, anxiety, and early death. The mortality impact of being socially disconnected, listen to this, is similar to that caused by smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day. End quote. We were not meant to do this alone. The scientific literature is confirming what people and people of faith have known for centuries. We were not meant to do this alone. We were created for connection. We were created for community. The antidote to this epidemic of loneliness and isolation is connection and community, and if we fail to do so, Murphy writes, we will pay an ever-increasing price in the form of our individual and collective health and well-being. And we will continue to splinter and divide until we can no longer stand as a community and a country. The root of the Hebrew name Ruth is friend. Deep down, Ruth knew that both she and Naomi could withstand the grief and the uncertainty that was baked into their future only if they stayed together.